Hello, lovers of iconic cars. Today I'm going to tell you about the most powerful, fastest, most comfortable and incredible all-wheel drive monsters from Audi that helped the company become one of the world's best automakers. My name is About Cars channel. Make yourselves comfortable, let's begin. The birth of Audi's all-wheel drive began with a rather interesting story. One fine day, the head of Audi's board of directors, Ferdinand Piëch, came to the conclusion that it was not fitting for his company to be in the shadow of Mercedes and BMW. The ambitions of the talented manager and the desire to surprise the whole world forced him to develop a plan to attack the competitors. The task was set to elevate the brand's reputation through the application of cutting-edge technology. In 1977, tests of the Iltis off-roader were being conducted in Finland. Everyone was amazed by the off-road capability and handling of this multi-purpose vehicle developed for military needs. Ferdinand Piëch's idea put the engineers into a slight stupor. "Come on, guys, transfer the entire chassis, all the all-wheel drive elements from here to here," said the head of the company. After the engineers came to their senses, work was in full swing. A test prototype was constructed. It was a modified Audi 80 coupe with the chassis from the Iltis model installed on it. A 200 horsepower engine accelerated the unique Audi to 100 km/h in 6.7 seconds. But competitors were skeptical of the idea of creating an all-wheel drive passenger car, whether out of envy or a lack of understanding of the epic moment that promised them nothing good, for a competitor had appeared before their eyes to which they could offer nothing. Many critics did not believe in the success of all-wheel drive cars, considering them too heavy and complex. How wrong they were, and they were convinced of this when Audi decided to compete in the World Rally Championship. At the beginning of 1981, at the January Rally in Australia, where the new Audi debuted, Finnish driver Hannu Mikkola won the race with a 9-minute lead over his closest pursuer. After driving the Audi QUATTRO, the great Finnish rally driver stated, "I have seen the future. QUATTRO will change the world of rallying forever." The Audi QUATTRO literally dug into the ground with all four wheels at launch, taking corners at monstrous speed. The fans were delighted by such a spectacle. After all, until that moment, only cars with drive to one axle had competed in rallying. In 1982, the sporting event of the year was Audi QUATTRO's victory in the World Rally Championship for manufacturers. Competitors simply could not believe such an advantage. But the sensations did not end there. A blow to male pride was dealt by the fragile, beautiful French girl, Michèle Mouton, who won the Rally San Remo. If this victory had been the only one, it would have been considered a mere coincidence, but the female crew won 3 more times in 1982, in Sweden, Greece, and Brazil. This fact alone attracted millions of fans to rallying. Michèle fought for the championship title, but, unfortunately, she failed to become the first female world rally champion in history. She missed one of the season's races due to a family tragedy. From 1980 to 1984, the Audi QUATTRO won 4 championship titles, and these stunning successes are still remembered today. Next, it gets even more interesting. The Audi Sport QUATTRO was a car created specifically for Group B rallying. The civilian version, of which only 214 units were assembled, had 306 horsepower and accelerated to 100 km/h in an unthinkable for the time 4.7 seconds. For comparison, neither the Ferrari Testarossa nor the Lamborghini Countach could beat this Audi Sport QUATTRO in that parameter. All body panels except the doors were made of plastic to lighten the construction. The rally-spec Audi Sport QUATTRO had 450 horsepower, but even that was not the record. The following year, Audi assembled the meanest monster in the entire history of rallying, the Sport QUATTRO S1. Rally cars had never been so fast, 550 horsepower per ton of weight. Just think about it. If this monster could somehow be kept on an asphalt track, imagine what a God-given driver it took to control it on gravel or a snowy, icy special stage. The great Walter Röhrl himself, the best rally driver of the time, said, "When I drive this car, I feel like I think too slowly for this machine." When another driver, Hannu Mikkola, was asked about the acceleration of the S1, he replied, "Imagine you're standing at a traffic light. When the yellow light comes on, you rev the engine to 8,500 RPM. Green, and you drop the clutch. The acceleration is such that it feels like a 5-ton truck has hit you from behind. It's just staggering, and very dangerous." It was precisely because the rally cars became too powerful and dangerous that Group B was closed. They were too fast. Not every rally driver could handle them. Unfortunately, fatal accidents became more frequent. Rallying's popularity soared to unthinkable heights. Fans went into ecstasy seeing the supercars fly by. On almost every special stage, drivers had to navigate a corridor of frenzied spectators. Only the true aces of the legendary Group B could possess such masterful driving skills. To demonstrate the superiority of all-wheel drive, Audi did not limit itself to racing. A commercial was filmed that amazed many at the time. A stock Audi 100 on studded tires, with just 138 horsepower under the hood, easily climbed a 37.5-degree slope. The location for the stunt was a ski jump completely covered in snow. The commercial was so incredible that some didn't believe it and accused Audi of lying, noticing a cable in the video. Audi repeated the stunt in front of observers to prove to everyone that the cable did not pull the car but served purely as a safety device. Independent observers saw with their own eyes the truth of what was happening. The world was simply in awe of such incredible capabilities of the all-wheel drive Audis. At the same time, Audi continued its triumphant march. This time they decided to show the Americans what all-wheel drive was. Audi participated in the American Trans Am Racing Series, which featured such icons of the automotive industry as the Chevrolet Corvette, Camaro, and Ford Mustang. All mighty American V8s. For this competition, 3 Audi 200 Quattros with 530 horsepower engines were prepared. And what do you think? They tore everyone apart there too. The Audi cars participated in 14 races and won the championship title. The advantage of Audi's all-wheel drive technology so frightened the organizers that only cars with drive to one axle were allowed to start the next season. The Americans were shocked by Audi's dominance. It was all the more offensive for the V8 muscle cars that they lost to a small 5-cylinder turbocharged Audi. As they say, small but mighty. This very 5-cylinder 2.2-liter turbo engine is legendary for Audi. So many supercars were built with this engine. In 1988, the legendary Audi 200 Quattro Turbo was released, the top version of the Audi 100 model with a high level of equipment. This model was affectionately called the Barrel for its not-so-small size. With a stock 220 horsepower engine, it accelerated to 100 km/h in 7.5 seconds. And since this engine can be tuned up to 600 horsepower, many impressive all-wheel drive monsters could be seen on the roads. In 1991, Audi had to fight for victories with their compatriots in the DTM Touring Car Championship, where rivals were BMW and Mercedes. The all-wheel drive racing car was built on the basis of the Audi V8 Quattro and had 450 horsepower. Team driver Hans-Joachim Stuck recalled, "At first it was damn difficult to drive. But in the rain, which often poured down on Sundays, we had no equals thanks to the all-wheel drive. And so, another championship title went into the track record of all-wheel drive Audis. Another one, and far from the last. In addition to racetracks, Audi demonstrated the advantage of all-wheel drive on public roads. When in 1993 the joint creation of Audi and Porsche, the RS2, appeared, the two famous German manufacturers decided to show everyone what tuning, all-wheel drive, and the indestructible legendary 5-cylinder turbo engine were all about. 0-100 km/h in 4.8 seconds. Within these limits, the RS2 was only behind the Porsche 911 Turbo, Lamborghini Countach, and Ferrari Testarossa in acceleration. But on a wet road, as you understand, the all-wheel drive RS2 had no rivals at all. Audi also pleased lovers of large, comfortable sedans by releasing the incomparable Audi S8 with a 340 horsepower V8 in 1996. This comfortable liner can accelerate to 100 km/h in 5.5 seconds, while surrounding you with luxury and splendor not inherent in sports cars. It was this car that was featured in the film Ronin. Spectacular car chases in cinema history. In the film, the heavy S8 showed itself in all its glory, easily tossing aside various small cars. An amazing car in every sense. We can also recall more modern models, the RS6, RS7, the little TT RS, and also the first supercar, the Audi R8. Heirs that proudly carry the glory of all-wheel drive from Audi. But this topic is very extensive and worthy of a separate video. The permanent all-wheel drive system changed the world of cars forever. And yet, how did it all begin? With a small car that won every race it entered, the glory of the Audi Quattro thundered across all continents, and today it is remembered as the car that made a revolution in the automotive world. Well, I'm saying goodbye to you. Love your cars, subscribe to the channel, like the video. This was About Cars channel. See you soon.